A Predator movie directed by Shane Black. This should be a home run, right? So The Predator is the latest addition to the Predator franchise. This one is written and directed by Shane Black, one of my favorite filmmakers working today. And The Predator has an ensemble cast of Boyd Holbrook, Olivia Munn, Jacob Tremblay, Trevante Rhodes, Keegan-Michael Key, Thomas Jane. The cast here is insane. But anyways, in The Predator, we follow a character played by Boyd Holbrook who has an encounter, and afterwards he is sent with these loonies. And in the meantime, this new Predator is coming to Earth to find this new piece of equipment that happens to be in the hands of Boyd Holbrook's son, played by Jacob Tremblay. Alright guys, so let's get into The Predator. I won't lie to you guys, I was hyped as hell for this movie because of two reasons. One, I love the original Predator, and two, I love Shane Black. Shane Black is one of my favorite writers and directors working today. Iron Man 3, even though I know there's a lot of people that hate it, I think it's damn good. Very great, actually. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys, which was my favorite comedy of 2016. So knowing he was going to write and direct a Predator film had my hopes up so much, and there were a couple things I liked about this movie. Starting off, when it came to the cast, I liked the banter between all of the crew. Boyd Holbrook, Trevante Rhodes, Keegan-Michael Key, and Thomas Jane, the guy from Game of Thrones. Can't remember his name, but he's Theon Greyjoy. But really, for the most part, I liked the banter between the squad. They had some very funny lines. But if I had to choose my standouts in the film, it would easily be Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane. Their banter had me cracking up. And speaking of which, this movie was surprisingly very funny, but it shouldn't be shocking because Shane Black is known for his funny writing. I mean, Shane Black's writing in this film is very sharp, very black comedy. Shane Black, black comedy. But joking aside, for the most part, Shane Black's writing was very funny. There were more than multiple occasions in which I was cracking up. I really dug the action sequences, and some of the kills were a lot of fun to watch, including one that included a tranquilizer gun. Keep an eye out for that because even I was just like, that was cool. Like I mentioned before, I was hyped as hell for this movie. I love the original Predator, and I love Shane Black as a writer-director, but this movie, guys, it was a bit of a letdown. Quite a letdown at that. Going to the story of this film, this was a very vague story. Now, to be fair, the original Predator film had a very vague story itself. It was just really this group of soldiers that go into this forest to get this asset. In the meantime, there'd be this Predator that'd be picking them off one by one. But what made up for that was the great banter between the cast, the great acting too. But throughout the film, there was a sublime tension because you didn't know what the Predator was gonna do next. Where here, not only was the cast not very memorable in this film, I mean, I can't remember a single person's name in this entire film, but to add on to that, there is not a single bit of tension in this entire film, and I mean not once in the film did I ever feel a single bit of tension. And speaking of the cast, not only is Olivia Munn so miscast in this movie, but there is this one character in this movie who I don't even remember him. I don't remember why he was in the movie, but just to have another, I guess he was just there to have another person in the squad? I don't know. And going back to the storylines, there's this one subplot involving Jacob Tremblay, and I guarantee if you cut this part out, it really wouldn't have made a difference. Now, probably one of the biggest disappointments I had with this movie was the actual Predator itself, because in the trailers, it shows us evolved Predator, and honest to God, I thought the new Predator looked terrible. Not only did the new Predator look terrible, but the CGI on that thing looked like such garbage, which really surprised me because Shane Black has had experience directing a big budget film before with Iron Man 3, and I'll be shocked if this film has a bigger budget than Iron Man 3. If it has anything higher than 100 million, that'll blow my mind because everything in terms of CGI in this film did not look good at all. And speaking of visuals, one of the things that just shocked me so much is that this film was shot by Larry Fong, who is an excellent cinematographer who has worked with Zack Snyder. Now, don't get me wrong, the name Zack Snyder is a bit of a divisive nature, but say what you will, his visuals in his movies are brilliant to look at. And not to mention this guy has worked with J.J. Abrams, and Larry Fong's previous work has looked stunning. So watching his work in The Predator was very subpar, if not very poor. It was just a very dull movie to look at. I also felt that this movie was pretty choppily edited. I mean, not in terms of the action sequences, because the action sequences were fairly well edited, but in terms of going from scene to scene, because there was a certain part of this movie in which a scene cuts to another scene, and I feel like there was this huge chunk of story that was just missing and that didn't add up to what was going on. And then the ending to this film, oh my god. The ending to The Predator was so bad, and the final line of this film, I almost wanted to roll my eyes, it was that bad. Overall, guys, and this pains me to say what I'm about to say, but The Predator is easily the most disappointing film I have seen currently all year, so far that is, and honestly, it's the most disappointing film I've seen in quite some time, and I'm about to say something that'll make people go like, but it's truly how I feel, but I haven't experienced this much level of disappointment since Fantastic Four. Now, hold on. This movie isn't nearly as bad as Fantastic Four, because at least The Predator has some good quality to it. But the level of disappointment I experienced watching this film was pretty much that level of disappointment I felt while watching Fantastic Four. So all in all, guys, I'm gonna give The Predator a 1.5 out of 5 stars. Guys, I wanted to love this movie and I wanted to be one of the defenders of this movie, but unfortunately, The Predator is just not a good movie, guys. It's just not good. Alright, guys, so comment down and let me know below. Have you guys seen The Predator? If so, what do you guys think? If not, are you guys still excited about this movie? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Snapchat, and I'm also on Stardust. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of The Predator. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to see more reviews just like this one. If you guys want to see my review of The Nun, please click right here. Or if you guys want to see the guys' nice top 5 favorite summer films of 2018, please click right here. And of course, until the next review, I will see you guys next time.